Ladies, how you doing today?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good. So I was trying to figure out, I said, the pairing here is super interesting. I couldn't figure it quite out, but then I think I did. So the question here is, when will we see that Carrie and Jenny has a past relationships from Carrie's time at the DA's office? And will that play into Jenny's relationship with Cooper Saxe?
Gosh, such good questions.
Oh, well.
No?
I'd say what brilliant women they are. Did they work together at the DA's office? Didn't they? I'm sure they've come into connection at some point for sure, because that world all kind of know each other. So, but yeah, what do you think?
Well, what probably we can say, because it's been announced, is, I am a part of the investigation of Jabari Reynolds' murder, and Mel here happens to know, or Carrie happens to know him. So you can infer it may happen at some point. It's great because you get to see like all these relationships, unexpected relationships start to come out, and we learn a little bit more about every character and like their background and their relationships to each other. So yeah, very astute of you to observe that.
I never worked in the DA's office, but I think it's pretty safe to say that everybody knows everybody at some point,
Yeah.
You're around the same age range,
Well, Mel, got an even more interesting question for you. Kevin Whitman.
Yeah.
Could you explain to me who that character is to Carrie? And would you say his introduction into this series, would you say he's dedicated to his job, or is he acting in vengeance or spite?
Is he? Oh, he's dedicated to his job, but I think there's been a history between them, and he's a bit salty with Carrie. I can't say exactly how it ended, but we will find out more in season 2. But he definitely has levels, put it that way. There is definitely some interesting spice to this character, which you will soon see for sure.
He certainly pays attention to detail.
Yes, for sure. I mean, it's like any man in Carrie's life. She's, she brings in some interesting characters. A lot of them not always that great as men. So, but we'll see. Yeah.
Very interesting answer there. Going back to Paton. I don't get it. Like, how? Because there hasn't been many, but how does Jenny, the one person, seem to trust Saxe? Like, why would she be so inclined to pillow talk with him, knowing he's
loose she doesn't trust Saxe.
Oh, okay.
Say that. That's actually part of the interesting thing, because I think the relationship is complicated. I won't go into what kind of relationship they have, because there's a lot of fun, things to discover as you watch the season. But they're both very similar people. They both have a lot of, they're both good at their jobs in the way that they are, and they're both very complicated. And we get to what's so great about those extra scenes we have, it's like we get to see a part of these people that we would never see at their jobs, and that's the fun thing of like just how complicated and complex these characters are and how they get themselves into trouble, which is like the most fun thing to play as an actor.
That is awesome answer here. Okay, for my final question. Now, Jabari, who I wasn't a fan of season 1, and he met his fate, and obviously we know that the investigation is going forward in this season. Now, the interesting thing about Jabari and Carrie is that it is deemed that his investigation into the G2G murder is a result of him being killed here. Which to me, it seems like, once you start tampering with certain things, people come to retaliate here. So thinking about Carrie here, she's already learned that the hard way once. Why might she want to now investigate Jabari's murder, considering the ramifications could be the same? So the question here, is she more motivated to want to know what happened? or is she less deterrent because of what happened?
I think with Carrie, you have to remember her background. She was a prosecutor, and it's in her nature, her very nature, and especially losing someone she actually cares about, even though their relationship was very tumultuous and very toxic, she still has got something in her that she has to find the truth. And so to do, you know, this was a job that she did for a very long time, and she knows that world, and she knows the people. So for her, it's the job that she was doing before, especially for a friend. So yeah, for her, that's her motivation, that almost she, I think, well, we see she sacrifices other things because she wants this so bad. We'll see going into season 2 without giving too much away. But yeah, she finds herself in some interesting situations, put it that way.
Carrie likes to play with fire, that's for sure.
Oh, well, she sure does. She sure does.
Well, ladies, I hope that you have a good rest of the day. I hope no one invites you to go get coffee and you end up having to identify a body. That is my idea of a date, but there's that. But I am very excited for folks to check out season 2. And I now that I keep thinking more and more about this parent, I really can't wait to see what happens with you two characters. So I appreciate you so much taking time to talk with me today, and I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. You too.
Great. Thank you.
Big old bell.